AC, A.K.A. Pharaoh. Just up here, just, wondering what other music I could put up on here. But I had to make two more Tupac songs. Because one got deleted because it was me and my girlfriend. It said it was a terroristic video. Because I guess they're talking about, Tupac was talking about shooting and stuff like that. But it's weird. YouTube does weird stuff on here sometimes. They take things down for the weirdest things. But I'm playing my one of my favorite songs from the movie Gridlock. Um, Never had a friend like me. Um, so let's get into it.
Now, you ain't never had a friend like me. Believe that. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. See, at night I watch the sky. I take another breath. I smoke my new boy to the butt like it's the last motherfucker left. Just me and you evading enemies. Let you get my last shot of Hennessy. Ain't never had a friend like me. Remember memories so vividly. Was once a little dust kicker, now becomes a G. Who can I call when they all fail? Collect calls to my dogs from the county jail. Sending me mail. Heard the blocks in the same shape. Ain't nothing changed. Niggas slanging at the same pace. The same face is supposed to always hit our foes. This lifestyle is forever, watch the game unfold. Shedding crocodile tears, just got life plus. And you wonder if these white judges like us. Just stay strong, we'll appeal, nigga, you'll be free. Down with you to the very end, cause you ain't never had a friend like me.
I didn't want to do this, interrupt the song, but the thing is, I just had to say this one thing. You know, when you grow up as a child, you don't have that many friends. But as you get into your teenage years, as you get to high school, then you start meeting people. But when you get to college, that's when you start really actually getting into friendships. And then once you graduate college and then you get into your 20s, then you start doing more things with your friends. Like go to the clubs, go to parties, do some wild shit in your 20s. And then when you get to your 30s and into your 40s, that's when your friends get married. That's when your friends probably have babies. That's when your friends probably are more distant. And you try to keep in contact with them, but it's kind of hard. If you hear a noise, it's my air conditioner. But Tupac is so good with this because he makes you feel like to have a friend, to have a best friend or an OG. Because me, I have a best friend. He's younger than me, but I'm his OG. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is that you can always call that person when you need that person. You know what I mean? I'm 50 years old now, so you know what I mean? The older I get, the shorter my lifespan is. So I try to hold on to my friend as long as I can, hoping nothing happens to him. So there'll never be a friend like me. You know what I mean? For real, I'm serious. Because I believe friendship is the most powerful thing than to family. Because you always should have a friend that's by your side, that always will watch your back. Not because, you know, you need them in certain situations. Because even Tupac even said it. When him and his girlfriend got kicked out, he said, now you really will see who truly is your friend. Because when I got kicked out my sister crib, my best friend took me in until I got my own place. And that really made me feel like, damn, I'll never find a friend like him ever again. And it's hard to find friends like that, dog. It's really, really hard. So I always tell people, don't disrespect your friends. Don't mistreat your friends that's really good to you and love you. Because you only sometimes can only have one best friend. Unless it's your child, unless it's your wife, unless it's your husband, unless it's your girlfriend or boyfriend. Sometimes they call them best friends. But I said if you have, even as a female as a friend, because I know guys that have female friends that last for years. I had a homegirl who was a friend. She was a tomboy. Cool as hell. Now she married, had babies and shit like that. She changed back into, you know, whatever. But like I said, Tupac hit it in the heart.
I'm down for you, so ride with me. My enemies, your enemies. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. I'm down for you, so ride with me. My enemies, your enemies. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. How can I be blamed? Forgive me, Lord, I'm insane. In search of fame, won't hurt to change. Following the footsteps of past dealers. Equipped with ski masks, no witnesses, we blast spoilers. Maybe now they feel us in this act of war. More casualties, no survivors. Any man that defies quickly dies. Cause we got us in my quest for chips. We wear vests equipped with automatic fire. We reply when my enemies trip. Me and you against the nation. Whisper while we conversate. Cause niggas died over information. How much more can we take? Expect us all to break. The world ain't ready for us yet, so let's make it pay. They never wanted us to make it. Everything that we possess, we had to fight and take it. I think the president is smoking weed, bumping his beat, making a living out my misery. Till he got a friend like me, I'm down for you.
Now, I don't know why this person asked that dumbass question. No, I'm not a trans. What the hell make you think that I'm a trans? Now, I can whip it out if you want me to, but I don't do things like that. What is wrong with y'all people online? Why is online the most evilest site ever created? Like, you got all the demons on here that say the most dumbest stuff out their mouth just to have an audience laugh. Now I'm gonna go back to my video. Tupac made me think a lot about life because when I grew up in one of the most dangerous streets in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, during the 80s and 90s, where gunplay was at its highest, gang-related murders, crack-era murders, everybody was on crack. You know what I mean? Even little kids were on crack. Even little kids were robbing stores, robbing people just to get the money to help their mother or father to get crack or their uncle. You know what I mean? Yo, crack houses on every corner. You know what I mean? See, I was happy that I played sports, that I played football for 3 years in high school. You know what I mean? It kept me from off the streets, but, you know what I mean? I still had them friends that were, like, you know, doing some crazy shit, and I tried not to get myself involved in that. But, you know, that's why I always try to make friends, but it was hard for me to make friends when I was younger, because when you're young and you growing up in the 80s and 90s, yo, you talk about bullying today, shit. There was no YouTube, there was no Wi-Fi, there was no cell phones. There was none of that shit back when I was growing up. So you wouldn't even understand the bullying that was going on in elementary school, up to junior high. Because they don't even have junior high like that anymore, but even up into high school. Bullying was crazy. Now you can watch bulliers, people bullying motherfuckers today. That's why a lot of these kids don't have friends. That's why a lot of guys hang with guys, because they believe that they have a whole bunch of guys as friends. They'll feel more safer than having females as friends. You know what I mean? But in my day, it was nothing but the dudes and the females hanging with each other. You know what I mean? So Tupac makes it like, you got a friend, hold on to that nigga or that female. You know what I mean? Because you only live once, and you never come back. So enjoy your life. Stop hating on motherfuckers. This is the reason why the United States is what it is today. This is the reason why we have idiots in politics. This is the reason why we have a president that's an idiot. Because of things that goes on like this. And this is why people don't get along. Because there's still racism and there's still stupidity in this country. You know what I mean? For people to be saying stuff out their mouths and they don't even respect themselves. Like, they just sit on the computer all day and just like, let me ask this motherfucker, you're trans. Like, that's something that I don't understand how people could just sit there and just like this bring up in their mind. Like, that's like uneducational shit. You know what I mean? On some real shit. You know what I mean? I'm not a little boy. So, you know, if you want to hate on me because I'm making videos, that's cool. Do what you gotta do. I don't be on YouTube like that anyway. This is my first time doing this shit. You know what I mean? I made other videos playing video games and, you know what I mean, doing politics shit and stuff like that. My videos didn't get a lot of views. I don't care, you know what I mean, about my videos getting views. But, you know what I mean, I'm doing this for fun. I ain't nothing else to do with my time. You know what I mean? I'm sit back, relax, retired, and I'm cool. You know what I mean? A lot of people can't say that shit. But like I said, I'm going to go back to my video. I mean,
So ride with me, my enemies, your enemies. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. I'm down for you, so ride with me. My enemies, your enemies. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Promise to visit. I know it's rough in your cell. Receiving mail to the county jail. This is hell. When I was younger, I could picture living in luxury. So how the fuck did I end up in prison? Fuck this nigga.
they got me crossed by my own side.
I found him by himself of drama. He alone died. Nobody cried. Should've never testified.
You got my nigga 25, and now I sacrifice your life
Help to separate me
and my dog.
Broken ties, why the fuck should I let you live?
When I'm dead inside, rapid fire my delivery.
I'm busting that they whole crew.
Remember me.
Hit up my outlaw sector, throw my pistol in the ocean.
This my ski mask and get this straight coasted. Is this the day and saying quitting? Always there to see your closest road dog. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. I'm down for you, so ride with me.
My enemies, your enemies. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. I'm down for you, so ride with me. My enemies, your enemies. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. I'm down for you, so ride with me. My enemies, your enemies. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Come after us, let's be complete. My enemies, your enemies. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Come after us, let's be complete. My enemies, your enemies. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me.
Ride.
You ain't never had a friend like me. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me.
Now, this is the end of my video. I'm gonna make one more Tupac video. So please subscribe. Please like. Like I said, I probably might not be doing this long. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to see how far I can go with this. So, no hate on anybody out there. I got much love for everybody out there. You know what I mean? But, yo, we need to stop this shit, dog. We need to stop this shit, yo. This is going a little too far. People just don't think anymore. They just speak. They don't know what words do to people. Now, I know you could point a gun at somebody. I know you could probably, threaten to punch somebody. But word hurts worse than that. I'd rather take a bullet to the head than somebody hurt me with words. That's some crazy shit to say that to me, and I can't get over that. Like, what makes you think that way of me? Because of my voice? Because I don't have no deep voice? Like, come on, man. Like, there's a lot of people out there that are men that don't have a deep voice. You know what I mean? I'm 6'4". You know what I mean? About 200 pounds. Like, come on. Like, I'm not no small dude. So, come on now. Like, you gotta be kidding me. You know? To call me something like that, that's out of disrespect to a grown man. You know, which I would never say that to anybody. Ask them that question. Are you this or that? What makes you think that way? What makes you put two and two together and say, let me ask them this question real quick. I mean, this is the reason why people, are going through what they're going through today. The economy's fucked up. Gas prices are high. Food is high. I mean, we can't get no jobs. There's no money. The economy's so trash. And we're bickering with each other. And you got a man in office, nobody even going up there knocking on the White House door and saying, yo, what's up? You need to get the hell out the White House. But nobody doing that. They'll tell somebody that, oh, are you this or you that? Are you, something that in their mind they believe that you are. But you won't go in that White House, knock on that door and say, yo, white boy, get out of this motherfucking White House, dog. We don't need you here no more. We need to do the 25th Amendment. We need to get you the fuck out of here. That's crazy, dog. But you know what? Like Tupac said, I'm gonna keep my head up. You know what I mean? Do what I do in life and just keep moving. You know what I mean? I only live one life. I'm not gonna be around for long, so I might as well enjoy it. God bless.